Day Boulder! So we welcome you and we thank Milo Trout for the incredible music, welcoming us in. My name is Beth Osnes Stedefalk. This is Max Boykoff, and we are pleased to welcome you to Stand Up for Climate Comedy. Woo-hoo!
So we know these are intense times. We know that we're facing quite a few challenges right now, but we're designing this space to come together in community and find some joy within these spaces of possibility.
The thing is that comedy can cause this involuntary response where the mind and the mouth both open with laughter. And in that moment of laughter, we can release our rigidity. The single story can be expanded. Hypocrisy and corruption can be exposed. And also, yes. And also, the other thing that can happen is that we can find a place of freedom from oppressive power. And we can find that in that moment of laughter where there is a reversal of power. And even if it doesn't last, comedy lets us know that it's possible.
Well said, Beth. So we hope that this night will inspire you all. We hope that we're going to be able to bridge difficult conversations over time. We're seeking to translate complex science, probabilistic language, into jargon-free fun.
And we all know that reversing the climate crisis is a mighty challenge, and it's going to take this steep incline of behavioral changes, and that we know that to climb any mountain, there's only one way to get over it, and that is climate.
Yeah, Beth.
Just to start you.
So we all need a little bit of a release. We're here to have a good night tonight. We're here to spotlight an amazing group of students who are going to be up here performing along with some professionals, and we hope that you're ready to help this buoy you as we continue forward in these intense times.
And also now we want to introduce our beloved, amazing partner in all things climate comedy, Chuck Nice.
All right, Chuck.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Boulder? Oh, come on. I know this city's so much better than that. I'm just going to say this one more time. What's up, Boulder? Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. That's the kind of energy that we need for the rest of the night. Please maintain that energy. And first of all, let me just say, I am so happy to be back in Boulder City, Colorado. I love this city. I love it. I love it here so much. I don't know, I'm so relaxed when I'm here. I'm just so relaxed. I don't know if it's like the nature that surrounds me. I don't know if it's like the chill energy that the people have everywhere you go. I don't know if it's like the copious amounts of edibles that I consume. I am not sure, but I love it. That is all I know. This is a great city, I have to say. I am also going to say, great city, lousy atmosphere, okay? That's all I can say. Here's a little preface. I had heart surgery back in January, right? Been in cardiac rehab, everything's going great. I thought I was fine until I got off the plane here day before yesterday, and I had chest pains, I couldn't breathe, and I had internal bleeding. Seriously, thanks a lot, Boulder. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, is Boulder trying to kill me? Like, I could just be in Detroit, seriously. But this altitude thing is real. I thought it was bullshit. I've been here many times before, it never got to me. And yesterday, I actually ended up going to the emergency room because of all that stuff, right? Nothing big, it's cool, don't worry, I'm good. But I gotta tell you, the hospital was hilarious because, first of all, I come in and the doctors are like, oh my God, we got a cardiac dude. Because none of you fuckers have heart attacks here. the city is so damn healthy that they never see anybody like me. And they were just like calling other doctors, yo, get over here, take a look, yeah, man. And then the nurse finally said it, we never get guys like you in here. It's always orthopedic, it's a broken bone, it's a torn this, a torn that, but heart issues, this is exciting. I gotta tell you, I love this city. It is, so great that the last time I was here, I gave your mayor a new motto for the city. If you were here, you would know that it is Boulder, because if you care too much, you don't care enough. Because you guys care about every fucking thing in the world. And I guess you didn't use it because you're still be Boulder. That's still, but now that Melania is back in office, I think it's probably a good thing, you know. Be bolder. Be bolder. Be bolder. It's a good choice. Sundance is coming here. Look at you cheering for the demise of your own city. The yeah at the end got me, I gotta say. I gotta tell you, man, I love this city. I don't know if Sundance is the move, people. It's great for money, but let me tell you, everybody thinks it's cool to have stars walking around, you know, until you get Hugh Jackman's latte order wrong. You don't know hell until that happens. The key is oat milk, but he doesn't tell you that, so he can go all Wolverine on your ass. I don't know what the deal is with Sundance, though, to tell you the truth. Like, I just imagine them going, Park Lake City, Utah. We need more diversity. Boulder! Truthfully, I think they just hold the festival anywhere where there's near good skiing. You know, that's the deal. Yet, by the way, your airport, I've noticed this time, been to this airport like, I don't know, 8, 9 times, never noticed it. There's a whole conveyor belt just for skis. I was like, that is the whitest shit I have ever seen in my life. Not even in New York do we have that. And that is a hub for the entire world. But if you skiing, you gotta check that shit just like everybody else. That is amazing. And people actually make fun of Boulder for being so white. And I gotta tell you, first of all, I don't mind it. Because, quite frankly, most of you are the good whites. The people not clapping, you might be a little suspect right now. The people clapping, I'm like, they know who they are. They're like, we're the good whites, and you know it. See, white people aren't used to hearing that shit. Yeah, we think of you in the same way. Like, there's good ones and there's bad ones. Okay? And by the way, Boulder is not as white as you think it is. I've been walking around the city for 3 days now. Some of these white people are actually red. I don't know if you know this or not, but windburned is a race. I'm sorry, that was my favorite joke. Well, listen, how are you guys feeling right now? Are you ready? I hope you are ready for a great show. I have to tell you that, first of all, let me just say that we have students who are going to be performing. They are not professional actors or stage performers. They are not stand-up comedians. We have 10 stand-up comedians this year, more than we ever have had before. And I want you guys to give them all the energy in the world. I can't tell you the moxie that it takes to write your own material, and then the first time you ever go on stage to test it out is in a theater full of people. Seriously, Elon doesn't know big balls. That's big balls. So these guys worked very hard, and I want you to show them all the love possible. And right now, we're gonna bring to the stage our very first sketch. And this is Annaluna Grandt, Erin Grant, Lily Grill, and Aidan Ruth doing Bumblebee!
Black and yellow, yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big, yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the lot, that's nothing. Right in my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
You guys, I cannot believe Queen Stacy has trusted us to gather pollen for the hive today. What an honor, am I right?
Finally, I know where all the good spots are.
Let's split up to save some time. Annaluna and Baden, you bees can hit up Dave's yard.
Dave's? How do you know about Dave's?
Dude, everybody knows about Dave's. He has the best bud in town.
Whatever, we'll hit up the flower shop.
If we be really efficient, we can hit the Beakeasy on the way home. Rendezvous there at 0400. Let's do this thing!
This is gonna be a piece of honeycomb.
Really?
Sorry.
Where the hive did the wildflowers go? You sure this is Dave's yard, right?
Yeah, that's Dave's place, all right.
Where'd they go?
Oh, no!
Oh, God! Oh, Jesus
He's got
Christ!
the devil out!
Jesus Christ, the manicured lawn will be the death of the modern bee. Do you think there's anywhere else we can fly around here?
In this concrete jungle? Come on now. It's all pumped up with pesticides and fake plants anyways.
Ain't that the truth?
Baron and Bluey should have some bud.
Here's to hoping.
Let's bounce.
Let's be honest.
Something smells different.
Oh yeah, that's just my new Thorax body spray. You like?
Jesus Christ, you smell like a larva. Whatever. Let's just collect the pollen and get out of here.
Whoa, Baron, back the buzz up!
Why are you hitting the stanky leg right now? Why am I hitting the stanky leg right now?
These flowers were sprayed.
Yeah, no stripe. At least we only got a little bit poisoned. We could have died if we kept collecting.
This is like the third spot that's been sprayed this week. It's an epidemic.
I bet Annaluna and Baden got good stuff since they went to Dave's, so we should be set. Let's get out of here. You good to fly, bro?
Yeah, I'm only a little bzzzt. Besides, this ain't my first rodeo.
To the Beakeasy.
Hey guys! Whoa, you seem buzzed. Did they?
No.
Did you bee game without us?
We got a bit poisoned.
Poisoned? Oh, buzz off. That's like the 5th time this week.
Yikes.
I need a drink.
We all need a drink.
Delicious.
Nothing like fermented honey, am I right? OMB, that reminds me. Did you guys hear about Bentley last week?
No.
Tell us. You guys, he came back to the hive super drunk, and the guard bees bit his legs clean off.
No.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
Such a tragedy.
I know.
Shit.
Let's drink to Bentley. Yeah.
To Bentley, everyone's favorite cousin.
I know.
He gave me my first beer.
I know.
I was just a pupa.
A few hours later.
Tell people when bees go wrong, the honey won't leave the honeycomb. Drink the nectar, then go
No, I thought we told you Dave's was dry. He shaved the bush.
Oh, strike.
We didn't get anything. Did you not get anything?
The flower shop, it was all pesticides.
Oh,
we don't have any
God.
pollen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus, help us!
Queen Stacy is gonna kill us. She's gonna kill us.
Stacy.
Oh my God.
What are we gonna do?
I don't.
Stacy.
Guys,
We don't have any pollen.
Stacy isn't even our only
Stacy's
problem.
mom.
Oh my God.
What
He's
about
gone.
the Beaucer? Oh God! Did we learn nothing from
Stacy's mom.
Beatley?
Baden's fucking wasted. I
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
what we're gonna do.
Baden, lock it!
Stacy,
We have to
can't
figure
you
it out.
see?
This is literally a nightmare.
Guys. It's fine.
You don't got it.
I got it.
You clearly don't got it.
No.
No.
He's my cousin, bro.
That's true. No,
I got
but
it.
you can't go in
No.
there.
I'm
You
a
can't go
toddler.
in there. You know what's gonna happen if you
No,
go in there.
Baden's gonna bite your legs off!
Oh God. This has been a BSA.
Because of our unfortunate poisoning, we could never return to the hive.
We were forced to buzz around with no aim.
No combs to fill. No queen to serve.
If we had put our tainted pollen into the hive, it would have spread to the whole supply and killed all of our favorite cousins.
We didn't want to meet Baden's unfortunate end, but we couldn't even survive a week without our hive.
We had no food.
No shelter.
But at least we had our legs.
And not only that, our Queen Stacy was so disappointed in us.
Not only in our decision to get drunk, but the fact that we even had the resources to do it.
She says we don't have the lifespan to fully understand it, but the honey collector's life, it used to be different.
There was a time when flowers ruled over the world, making pollen readily available.
We flourished together. We were able to spread our bounty everywhere.
But these days, humans interrupt our natural symbiosis,
They spray pesticides!
poisoning us,
They emit greenhouse gases.
changing the planet's temperature and weather patterns.
Leading to more fermented honey due to increased yeast activity in the pollen.
And even though we might like to party with it,
It cannot sustain us.
They take away our habitats.
Build a parking lot.
plant a single crop,
Dump garbage.
They try to create the perfect lawn.
But it seems that the greener the grass, the less flowers grow.
most importantly, we get caught for being under the influence.
And we so would have gotten away with it.
If it weren't for climate change.
You can't bring us back to life.
But please, let our cousins live.
So let's be smart.
Take action to be aware.
Be custodians of the earth who care so deeply about us and all pollinators.
Let us all be a little more bee.
Come on, guys. Keep it going for Bumblebee. Jerry Seinfeld, eat your heart out. I'm sorry. B movie has nothing on them. And if I hear the letter B again, I'm going to slit my wrist. All right, guys. Right now, it's time for our first stand-up comedian. Not only is she brave enough to do this, but she's brave enough to go first. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Riley Schvimmer.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Great, good. I mean, Holy Beezus, that was a lot of bee jokes, so yeah. I got a question for you. Who drove here tonight? And be honest. Okay, that's a lot of hands. Well, shit, that's a lot of carbon dioxide. Guys, did you know that your car actually emits almost a whole pound of carbon dioxide per mile you travel? So that means that 3 a.m. Uber that drags your ass from the pub to McDonald's, that's 4 quarter-pounders with a carbon dioxide. And if you can't math, that's 1 pound of beef right there. A great way to fight these emissions on the daily is just don't show up to anything, ever. No, seriously, if you have to go somewhere, just take the bus. Taking the bus significantly lowers the emissions on the road, saving up to 20 pounds of carbon dioxide per person. And in case you were wondering, that's equal to 62.5 McChickens worth of carbon dioxide. And I know what you might be thinking. I'm a successful member of society. Why the fuck would I take the bus? Well, Jennifer, no one is too good for the bus. And you could be fully blacked out 2 p.m. on a Sunday, and that bus will still get you home. And alive, too. You're welcome, Mom. And you know, bad things don't happen on the bus. When I'm in the car, I can't be fucked up. And I could get cheesed. You know that thing where you're driving home and all of a sudden, boom, 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 3 pieces of cheese just get whipped at your car window. Bitch, not even artisanal cheese, okay? I'm talking about that stinky, rancid, plasticky American cheese that just never rots. Thank God you'll never get that on a Boulder bus. I mean, the people on that bus might smell like stinky, rotted, plasticky American cheese, but at least they won't throw it at you. And you know, the buses are pretty roomy. They fit up to 50 people on every bus, which in total saves up to 1,000 pounds of carbon dioxide per bus every day. And in case you were wondering, that's equal to 40,000 McDonald's chicken nuggets worth of carbon dioxide. So let me leave you with this. Ditch the car, avoid getting cheesed, save a chicken nugget, and just take the bus. Thank you.
Come on, let Riley hear it. Way to go, Riley. All right. You know, shotguns often have 2 barrels, so we're going to give you both of them right now and do some more comedy with the stylings of Nathan Adler.
What's up, everyone? How we doing tonight? Sweet. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see. See how this goes. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I feel like I'm coming off a cold. I feel like I've been getting sick a lot recently, so I've been trying this new thing. It's just called washing your hands. And, but it's tough. It's tough out there. I was walking down the hall the other day, and I came across a hand sanitizer dispenser, like on the wall, filled with normal soap. And so it's about 3 stages that this happens in. The first stage is the sleep stage. You're not thinking too much. You walk up, you get yourself a little hand sanitizer, you keep walking. The second stage is the realization, and that's after about like 10 seconds of vigorously trying to rub this soap into your hands. And the final stage is panic, and this is when you realize that other people are now watching you rubbing the soap in your hands, because you know from like their eyes, it's like, it looks like you just got done using the bathroom and got about halfway through washing your hands, and you were like, yeah, this is good. Just walked out. And that brings me to birds. Yeah, they fly. They're everywhere, and just like us, they're getting the flu. Yeah, you know, my house got egged the other day, and I figured the kids that did it either really hated me or were really rich. Like very well-funded kids. But back to birds. I'm in this ornithology class at CU, and that's the study of birds. You got that? Cool. Yeah. And we learned about this movement to rename all of the birds that people named after themselves in the 1800s. And I feel like in the 1800s, people were just like claiming shit. And all these people naming the birds were late to the land claiming party. And all their friends were like, you see all this land and everything that's like physically attached to it? It's all mine. And the bird people were like, oh yeah? Well, fucking, see that thing? See that thing way up there? Yeah, that thing flying around? That's mine. Actually, every bird that looks like that bird right there is mine. And you have to say it's mine because it's mine. So the question now is, what do we rename all these birds to? And I think it's important to keep conservation in mind because birds are so important. They're indicator species. They are pollinators. They're also what we call umbrella species, which means if you protect a bird, you're protecting all of its habitat, so all the other species living in that habitat get protection too. So it's like trickle-down economics, but it actually works. Yeah, right? Oh, thank you. So I have a solution, and you might not like it. I think we need to name the birds after the billionaires. Yeah. That way they give us a little money, for their bird. We get their egos involved. I'm talking about the most endangered species out there, right? We got the Elon egret. We got the Bezos bunting. And we've got the Donald Duck. Okay. Because, if you named a duck after him, he'd be like, it's the best duck. Everybody's been saying it's a tremendous duck. And, sorry, 1 second. And they said it's an endangered duck, and I said, not on my watch. And somebody filled the hand sanitizer with soap. And thank you guys so much, Nathan.
Give it up for Ryla. Give it up for Nathan Adler. Nathan Adler. Please welcome back Beth and Max.
This is a partnership with CU Boulder, with all of you, but also with our city. So we have Taisha Adams, one of our city council members, here to introduce our next guest.
So our next guest, who's going to be doing some stand-up, is part of a new partnership that we have with Hip Hop Caucus, which is a very influential organization here in the United States. So stay tuned for ongoing programming with Hip Hop Caucus as well.
Hello, Boulder. Hey, Boulder. Looking good. All right. So, my name is Taisha Adams. I serve as one of your Boulder City Council representatives, and I am honored to be here with fellow council members. Our mayor is here. I mean, we got the house packed. And I also have the privilege of introducing our next comedian who's making their debut performance. So give lots of love for Brittany Bell Surratt when she gets out here. And she is the Senior Director of Storytelling and Communications at the Hip Hop Caucus. Now, as somebody who grew up in the 80s and 90s, in the 1900s, as I like to say. And I even went to high school in Brooklyn. Any Brooklyn folks? Brooklyn? Always Brooklyn in the house. But it was there that I fell in love with hip hop and saw the transformational power of hip hop. And so to have the Hip Hop Caucus here, as they link this incredible connection between the culture and the policy, the rules of engagement, to stimulate change, to make our movements more better, more stronger, and may I say more bolder. And so, As Beth and Max indicated, there is a very special partnership that is blooming as we move into spring. And that partnership is between CU Boulder and the Hip Hop Caucus. One of the things that they are going to be doing is going down to New Orleans and working with youth so that they can use comedy to unpack these complex issues. Because this is complicated. And sometimes I can't just be mad and angry. I also have to use the range of emotions. And so that's what they'll be doing as we celebrate and commemorate, rather, the 20th anniversary of Katrina. And so we know that the billion-dollar disasters are escalating, but so too is the capacity, the willingness of each and every one of us to do what we know what we got to do. And so, on that note, can you join me in welcoming to the stage Brittany Bell Surratt?
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Boulder, how y'all doing? Woo! Awesome. I am excited to be here in Boulder, visiting from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Woo! And in D.C., everything is political. As a matter of fact, I am a DEI hire for this show. I knew Beth from the looks of this audience. Y'all needed black people. I told Beth I thought I was a little funny, and she said, "You're hired." And now seems to be the time to give unqualified folks a chance, given that we have an unqualified person running the entire country. And no, I am not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about our co-president, Elon Musk. So y'all can forget about a circular economy when we have a bunch of squares running the nation like a bunch of dickheads. And speaking of dickheads, have y'all seen the research around microplastics? Apparently, they're causing men's penises to get smaller. Now, this is the rave in the conservative right manosphere. Of all of the climate and environmental disasters happening, this is what has the right's attention. Just a bunch of little dicks worried about their little dicks getting littler. And caring about the environment and your health stinks, like it literally stinks. I recently changed from my sweat-stopping, pore-clogging aluminum deodorant to a natural, plant-based, aluminum-free deodorant, and I always stink. Just this weekend, I walked past an unhoused man, and he said, "Baby girl, you're too pretty to be that funky." Thanks. And I'm a walking contradiction. Like, I hate when they give me a paper straw with my milkshake, and I'm irritated when I'm using the bathroom and I wipe with my sustainable toilet paper that feels like newspaper. And when I order takeout and I don't get my utensils, I'm annoyed because, yes, I want to stop my single-use plastic consumption, but no, I don't want to have to keep washing dishes to do it. And it's expensive. The black girl braiding hair that's killing us, causing cancer, the research just came out, $5 a pack. The black girl braiding hair that's plant-based, that's not going to send me to an early death, $30 a pack. And that was before the tariffs. And you can forget about living in a nice tree-lined community that doesn't have a factory by your kids' school, and you have a nice Whole Foods that you can walk to. In my neighborhood, I don't even have a grocery store. Just your stereotypical hood offerings. A 7-Eleven, a liquor store, and guess what? A carryout named Hip Hop Chicken and Fish. And that works if you're on a chicken and liquor diet, but I am not. I've been on a more plant-based, clean eating journey, enjoying more contradictions, like vegan soul food. And that's because I try to keep things culturally relevant and authentic for me. So by all accounts, I'm very country. I'm from Mississippi. By some accounts, I'm ghetto. And not to equate black with ghetto, but y'all know. And I'm very stereotypical ghetto, like hair bonnet on in the airport, speakerphone on in the nail salon. My middle name has an apostrophe in it. But those are not the things that I think about when I think about what's ghetto. When I think about what's ghetto, I think 14 kids, multiple baby mamas. When I think about what's ghetto, I think filing for bankruptcy over and over to avoid paying your debts. When I think about what's ghetto, I think about taking your kid to your big person job, letting that kid run all around the office, and talk to your boss any kind of way. That's ghetto. So what I'm saying is we have two of the most ghetto people I've ever seen in my life running the country, and guess what? They ain't black. Thank y'all, that's my time.
Keep it going for Brittany! Hey, Brittany, they're standing up for you, Brittany. She can't even see y'all. That was fantastic. Brittany, come on, let her hear it. That was her debut of comedy. Look at that. That is fantastic. I'm gonna tell Brittany the truth. We don't need you. That's your last time. I don't need this competition. That was fantastic. However, I will say one thing about the ghetto thing. The $30 plant-based hair, you can also eat that, okay? It goes great with a tahini sauce, I'm saying. All right, guys, time now for another sketch. And this one I have for you, Griffin Ardill, Emmie Hastings, and Rebecca Penjoyan doing slam poetry.
Biodiversity. We are taking and making and quaking. Our world is rapidly breaking.
I remember a time when we used to take action, ensuring the air we breathe and water we drink was met with customer satisfaction. What changed?
Climate changed. When will we realize that these legal eyes don't work for our well-being? They work for that other kind of green. Not the fresh grass or blue seas that we soon will not see.
I wish there was a magic genie from a magic lamp to grant a cooler world to me and you, but that'd be like ordering a 45% carbon dioxide decrease off of a menu.
I'll take the steak medium rare.
How do we all just sit and stare? Money hungry, big brother eyes.
Oh, could I also get a side of fries?
We are frying our world.
Could I also get a soda with ice and a plastic straw?
Polar bears are losing their homes, and turtles are eating plastic. Yeah, it really is that drastic.
Conservation. Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou? Oh, this is not a recital. This is the real deal.
We need to act now. I don't care how you feel.
It's not my problem. I like it hot outside. This is bigger than me and you. It's up to us to decide.
Bikini season? all year round? I like my tan lines, but we're starting to look like clowns.
But we're all clowns the way we're acting. Like this is an itty-bitty problem, an itty-bitty issue. Well, the itsy-bitsy spider won't have a water spout to climb up if we don't get our acts together and clean up.
Observation.
Ooh.
Conservation.
Mm.
Preservation. In my nation? No. Rather, in theory. If only they did this instead of that. For once, just put on your thinking cap.
Solutions? If we started acting with our hearts and our minds, what a beautiful world we would start to find. We can come together and start a new life with cleaner possibilities in a world without strife.
So stop with the plastics that are flooding our earth. We can try. It can work. Let's make our change. Spark rebirth with cities built on greener dreams and rooftops sprouting with garden seams.
Woo! Bikes replacing the traffic crawl and public transit, serving us all. So let's think about our choices and make a difference, one by one. One fish, two fish. Me fish, you fish. We fish. Cherish.
Simba.
Keep it going for Poetry Slam! I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't know what just happened up here. But I love the green dude. I gotta tell you, I don't know what was happening, but certain times he would move and I would get slightly aroused. I have disturbed myself. Before we go any further, I'm going to bring on another stand-up comic. But first, this is Milo Trout, who is kind enough to sit in and accompany, and who is an excellent musician. My brother's a musician. I can tell just by the way you're an excellent musician. You have great fingering. By the way, Milo is available. If you have a gig, he's available. I'm dead serious, too. He didn't know I was going to say that, but I don't care if I'm embarrassing you. I'm also making you some money, okay? So get in touch if you ever need some live music, okay? All right. Okay, guys, get your energy up. Give me lots of love. I got another stand-up coming to the stage right now. Please give it up for Lily Valdez.
You don't need every color. If you guys didn't know, Trader Joe's came out with these cute new mini tote bags. They come in 4 different colors: blue, pink, purple, and green. But you don't need every color. They all do the same thing. They carry your groceries. I have green, because I like green. But I also like pink and blue and purple. Could I get every color? I mean, they are reusable. But do you know how many uses of a cotton bag it takes to offset the use of a traditional plastic bag? A study in Denmark says 7,100 times, but Stanford University says only 131 times. How many times do you think you use reusable bags? Shout it out, give me a number. Anywhere near that amount, then you don't need every color. But what is it that drives us to want every color? Overconsumption. Don't even ask me how many different kinds of lip gloss I have, because I'm embarrassed. The tubes alone are made up of non-recyclable plastics, not to mention the product itself is mostly petroleum. But now that I think of it, wouldn't it make more sense to have my pink lip gloss in a pink bag? Thank you, everybody.
Give it up for Lily Valdez. Let her hear it. And please welcome back Beth and Max.
Great. In addition to all that you're seeing tonight, we also brought in 10 professional comedians from around the world, as far as Jakarta, Indonesia, to come and be in the Zoom sphere with our students. And our students worked as their writers group, doing research for them on different climate solutions and giving them topical allusions that they could refer to in their climate comedy, and working with them, giving feedback. And they're going to do a final performance for our students in the next week. But this is really a way that we're expanding the reach of climate comedy, engaging comedians who don't necessarily do content that's related to climate change, and giving them this kind of, leg up, this research and this celebration, inviting them in. So we just wanted you to know about that too.
Yeah. So it's been part of the way in which we're growing and expanding and branching out with climate comedy to solve climate change. But in addition to the comedians that we're also working with, we have some seed funding that's going to these different places, from Los Angeles, across to Boston, across to London, and then a performance in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So that's another way, with support from the Argosy Foundation, in which we're able to spread the seeds of climate comedy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beth and Max. And kudos to them for this concept. I mean, comedy, using comedy as a means of messaging climate is very powerful and very necessary. I'm not going to hold up the show with my own pontification, but I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, the people who understand it. Fantastic. All right, guys. I am super happy to bring out another stand-up comic. I told you we have more than we've ever had this year, and I'm really excited for them. And so far, they have all been great. And guess what? That is not going to change as we listen to Addison Klocker!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, happy Earth Day, everybody. All right, so I feel that humans are really good at prioritizing short-term benefits over long-term consequences. Using fossil fuels is a good example of this. Smoking cigarettes is also a good example as well, but at least with smoking cigarettes, you get a cool raspy voice and a leather jacket. Yeah, it's crazy that 50 years ago, you used to be able to smoke in schools, in hospitals, in airplanes, and I wonder if in 50 years from now, people are gonna be looking back at us and being wait, you guys put fucking exploding dinosaur juice in your cars and drove around and thought it wouldn't do any damage? Yeah, thank you. I think it is good to look at the past, though, because when the United States imposed taxes on tobacco and banned ads that supported smoking cigarettes, smoking rates just plummeted. Imagine if we did the same thing with the oil companies. Whew, they'd be fuming. All right, I remember when I was in elementary school and the DARE officer came in and he had everybody sign the pledge being don't smoke cigarettes, don't do alcohol, don't do drugs. All the kids signed it. We were 8 years old, we had to. The Paris Climate Accords are kind of the same thing. All the countries on Earth got together and vowed to make contributions to climate, more electric cars, kind of stuff like that. In actuality, didn't happen. What I saw when I got to school, vaping in the bathroom, people going to parties, lighting up, all that stuff. And with the Paris Climate Accords, more fossil fuels are being made each year. Carbon sinks are being drained, but at least we got paper straws. Plastic straws are bad. Yeah. So all the countries are not on track at all to reach their climate goals, except for one. It's a tiny little country in West Africa called the Gambia. It's kind of like in high school. It's kind of like in high school when everybody, or not everybody, some of the kids were going through their delinquent phase. The Gambia was going through their goody two-shoes phase. They're too good to go out and smoke cigarettes and get a little bit of cancer every now and then. But that's a good thing because all the other countries are in dysfunctional relationships. They're obese, and they're still chain smoking themselves to death. Meanwhile, the Gambia's looking pretty good with a climate vision for the future that involves net zero emissions by 2050. So who's wearing the cool leather jacket now? Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Come on, let Addison hear it. Yeah. By the way, Addison, the Gambia Tourist Bureau called and said thank you. All right, guys, time for a sketch now. How you feeling? Everybody good? Yeah. Bringing to the stage right now, Noah Bernstein, Salomé Carrasco, Dolan, Aaron Klass, and Alena Lakha doing the sketch, The Real Housewives of the Epigeic Zone.
The epipelagic zone is the shallowest layer of the open ocean and is home to some of the shallowest creatures. Here, the sunlight brightens everything.
Ugh, that guy is back.
Hello, I am David Attenborough. And welcome to another episode of
I can't stand it when that guy tries to narrate our entire lives.
The Real Housewives of the Epipelagic Zone. On this splendid day, a dolphin hunts a lionfish.
Are you hunting me?
Gosh, no.
Good, you know I'm toxic.
Yeah, I know you've got spines.
Oh, yeah, spines.
The dolphin is an air breather. I must stay close to the surface in order to survive.
I'll be right back.
Wine?
Gosh, yes. What is this, Prosecco?
The carbon dioxide's been a little high lately. This is just what happens when I let the bottle breathe.
The lionfish is an invasive species in these waters.
Who are you calling invasive?
They thrive in the shallows, living on Chardonnay.
So,
have you heard Marlin's having an affair?
The marlin?
No, Marlin the clownfish.
No.
Yeah, I think he's been depressed ever since Nemo left for college.
So who's the home-wrecking sea slug?
The anemone.
Ew, his own house?
I know. You can't be seriously leaving that down here.
I can't believe he's pulling out single-use plastic right in front of us.
Are you kidding me, David?
The dolphin and lionfish form an unlikely alliance. Both are highly motivated by gossip to fill their shallow lives. Get it?
This guy's a jerk.
What is that?
Today, a once-in-a-lifetime visitor appears.
Hi.
An anglerfish, a deep-sea creature, has risen from the inky depths to see the sun for the first time.
Rude, I just don't get out much. Hey,
Hi.
I'm Angie. I just moved here.
You don't say.
Where from?
The inky depths.
Ew.
Hey, you're a transplant too. Be nice.
Do you want some wine?
I could use one.
I bet.
I'm getting used to seeing the sun for the first time. Headache.
So, what brings you to the neighborhood?
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the pH of everything seems to be changing. There have been some wicked algae blooms that are really messing up the deep neighborhoods, and it's getting a little hard to breathe down there.
Oh, wow, that must be so hard for you.
Yeah, we're also transplants. We moved from the Amazon ever since the oil spills.
Oh, you are? Well, this seems like a nice place to raise a family.
You have kids?
We're trying.
You're married?
Oh, sorry. This is Bill.
Nice to meet you.
What the heck?
What is that?
My husband. He's a little clingy.
What does he do?
Mostly just hangs around.
Does Bill need a glass of wine too?
No, he'll just have some of mine.
Okay, I'm sorry, this is just too much.
Lionfish?
No, I'm not gonna stand here while these things take over our neighborhood.
Things?
We've got a good thing going. You need to take your lump of a husband and move on.
Excuse me?
You heard me?
All right, you want to swim? Let's swim.
The forced migrations of species beyond their normal habitats can have unexpected,
Get her, Bill!
brutal consequences. Here we see a fight for territory that between two species that would not typically have been aware of each other's existence. But not just in the reefs do we see this happening. A warming planet can affect us all.
I'm sorry. I may have gone overboard.
This neighborhood sucks.
Does anybody else taste plastic?
And so the short, brutal life cycle of the epipelagic zone grinds on. But it is not too late to do your part. Be sure to cut the plastic rings that hold six-packs together. Together, we can make the world a better place.
What?
I'm not a turtle.
It's like you missed the whole point.
You should tell them to limit all single-use plastics.
Or divest from fossil fuels.
Eat sustainably sourced seafood?
Fish are friends, not food.
What?
It's from a movie.
The end.
Keep it going for the Real Housewives of the Epipelagic Zone. There was a lot of good science in that sketch, man. Like, I was back there like, damn, they are hitting all the notes. And more importantly, it's good to know that even in the Epipelagic Zone, housewives are just awful people. It's terrible. All right. I'm very excited right now because we've got some more stand-up coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, get your energy up and get the love ready. Please give a warm round of applause for Bianca Calderon!
Hey guys. So we're gonna get very personal very quickly, just like the Denver dating scene. So I recently just started going back to therapy. And this time we've moved past the daddy issues. And now we're just focused in on life after being a federal employee. And with that being said, my therapist did say that we really needed to work on a way to really express myself. So I decided, why not take up songwriting? And you might be asking yourself, does she play an instrument? I don't. So here's a little song I wrote. My funding got pulled by the Cheeto man, axed and abused by Muss's evil plan. Funding once made for young folk in clean energy jobs has now gone up in smoke. Many of the words in my proposal were instructed to go in the garbage disposal. Words like clean energy, underrepresented people, people of color, and women. And I get it. You guys hate the hardest working people with the least amount of opportunities. And my team was notified that our funding would not be renewed. Thank you. Yeah, it sucks. And so now, just like the markets, I am fully crashing out. But it's okay, because finally, me and the finance bros have something in common. We're both getting fucked by the same person. But unlike them, I'm not willing to go back for more. All right, thank you guys.
Bianca Calderon, let her hear it, guys. And now, please welcome to the stage Professor of Environmental Studies here at CU Boulder, Karen Bailey.
Hi, everybody. Give it up for the last performer one more time. That felt a little too real as somebody whose funding is under threat at the moment, but that's what we're here for, right? Thanks so much for all of you for being here to support our students. It's really a joy to see all the support out here. I'm Karen Bailey, assistant professor in the Department of Environmental Studies here at CU. I love this event. I try to come every year. It's really an opportunity for us to experience joy in the midst of all the chaos and encourages us to kind of sit with the realities of climate change and the current conditions in a way that's maybe a little less exhausting than it might be otherwise. So again, truly thank you all for being here. Thank you to the faculty who make this happen, and also thank you to the many comedians who support our students in really thinking about environmental change and climate change through the lenses of laughter and joy. It is now my honor to present our next performer, who's here with us from New York City. He is a writer, a comedian, and a climate activist. He's been seen on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, and tours clubs across the US, Canada, and Europe. In addition, he's a member of the DSA Eco-Socialists, and as a member, helped pass New York State's landmark renewable energy bill. It's great work. It's great work. In addition to all of that, he's a longtime collaborator with Inside the Greenhouse, working with our students and helping them with these amazing performances they've been working on today, and also performing at the partner shows in New York City. Please join me in welcoming Nat Towsen.
A round of applause for Karen, please. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Did anyone ask you how you're doing yet? I'm the most considerate person here. And this really is all about me. I think that's the important thing to remember tonight, is my ego. I'm very happy to be here. Let's have a quick round of applause for all the student performers you've seen so far. And for the ones who are gonna come after me, let's have some pity and let's really extend our sympathies to them. It's gonna be really hard to follow this. I was up late the other night researching the impacts of my diet on the climate crisis. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I meant I have clinical depression. That makes more sense when I say it that way, right? I was looking. I do have clinical depression. I'll get into it. I have a few kinds of depression. Don't worry. That was the one that worked for that joke. No, I was reading about my diet, and I read a few reputable sources, and I was reading this one really persuasive article, and its point was, of all the diets that you can have, a plant-based diet, or at least a mostly plant-based diet, is the most, well, okay, I should say I have some bad news. Okay, so I'm reading this article. I'll send it to you. And text me after. DM me on Instagram, I'll send it to you. I was reading this article, and here's some bad news. It said that a plant-based diet, or mostly plant-based diet, is by far the most environmentally friendly diet that you can have. And the bad news is, you already knew that. Those of you who aren't doing it, it's not like you hadn't heard that. You just don't want to. The bad news is it's on us. I hate to say that. And don't get me wrong, there are other ways that you can fight climate change, but this is one of the easiest and cheapest ways that you can do that without a gun. If you want to take the Luigi Mangione route, I didn't suggest it. I'm just saying, these are drastic times. Rough them up. I'll pay for the lawsuit. I am going to go to prison for this. Here's the thing. You can stop eating, you should get involved in direct action if you want to, but you can stop eating a cow at home right now. That's within your power. There's no wall to climb to do that. There's no organization you have to join. That is within your power right now. And I was reading this article, and so I've been trying, I've been reading this, and since I read this article, I have been trying to eat a mostly plant-based diet myself, by which I mean I have been stealing Beyond Sausage from Whole Foods. Thank you. That shit is expensive. It shouldn't be. It's plants. Why? How much? I'm sure someone said this tonight. You know how it takes 10 pounds of plant life just to make 1 pound of beef? It takes 1 pound of plants to make 1 pound of plant sausages. Why? Does it cost $17.99 to make lentil protein taste not really like meat? It's certainly the shape of meat, I'll give you that. A lot of things look like meat from a distance. The texture? Oh, you're being generous with yourself if you think this is what meat tastes like. No, this is plants in a Play-Doh mold. And just mush them up and push them. They could be shaped like a star. They don't need to be shaped like a sausage. But I really am trying to eat a plant-based diet, but it's hard. It's made me really, is anyone here like straight up vegan? Okay, right up here front. All right, great. Okay, we got a few. Yeah, I feel for you people. It's gotta be hard to be vegan, because you're right. Like, you're correct. And as we've established, we all know that. And the lifestyle that you have done, you've opted to do with no one forcing you to do it, could be the lifestyle change that, if adopted en masse, is essential to our survival as a species. But you are technically annoying. Like, I have a lot of vegan friends. I don't personally find them annoying, but you are technically annoying. You're legally annoying. Like, by the legal definition, like in court, I could prove that you're annoying. I don't know what court case would hinge upon that, but maybe there was a testimony I'd have to prove. The point, and I know this because I am annoying too. I mean, buddy, you can tell I'm annoying, but I've become your kind of annoying, where now I'm at a restaurant and all my friends just order one thing, and then I have to be like, I have follow-up questions. Was this zucchini loaf made with honey? And then they say yes, and they start to walk away. And I go, oh, sorry, I know you have a lot of tables, but I need you to come back. No, sorry, that was just the beginning. What I need to actually know was that honey acquired passively? Because bees make honey, and they make more than they need. But they do need some of it. So I have to be like, look, I know that bees need honey because it's like their blood or their cum or something, and like, right? Are there any bio majors here? I know bees, we shouldn't say the birds and the bees. Bees are not like us. Bees are not a good, when we tell kids, we're like, oh, you gotta learn about the birds, and the birds mate, and there's two of them, and then they have kids. That's a pretty good analogy. Bees, you're like, oh, you'll be like bees someday. One woman and 500 husbands. You live in a big hexagon apartment, and when you have sex, your penis explodes and kills you. Like the birds and the bees. Bees are confusing. And so honey is like their blood or their food or their cum or their mom or something. I think it's their mom too. And they need some of it. So if like the bees are stressed by the way that you acquired this honey, I can't eat that zucchini pastry. And by this point, this person has actually lost so many potential tips at other tables that they have moved out of the gentrifying neighborhood where I'm ordering at a vegan restaurant. Like the first of the month has passed and they haven't made enough cash tips. It's tough too because, again, I feel bad for vegans because I'm calling you the saviors of our species, and I'm making fun of you. And it makes me wonder, like, were previous existentially important trends, like, considered annoying in their times? Were there people like, oh, look at these people who think they're so special because they drink clean water? Oh, you're too good to drink the water that we all bathe and piss and shit into? Oh, just because someone's pissing upstream, you won't drink the water? As soon as we develop language, I'm going to make fun of you. Oh, they only go to that one stream where only they're invited. Also, we would be invited if we made a very minor concession. Oh, no, you have to have your own water. And it's tough, too, because, if you guys know one joke about a vegan, you know the joke I'm about to tell you. This is not my joke. People say, how do you know a vegan? How do you know someone's vegan? They'll tell you. That's the punchline. Oh, they'll tell you, right? No. There's vegans lurking in your midst. In your midst. You don't know that. There's people who just, every 4 months, they order fries for dinner, and you go, why? And they go, it's the only vegan option on the menu. And then 4 months later, you ask them why they're eating fries for dinner. Because you forgot. Because here's the thing. People don't just think vegans are annoying. People think vegans are assholes. People think vegans will get in your face and tell you that your diet is unethical. And here's the thing. Those people do exist. I've met them. But you only know the people who make themselves known to you. There's all these vegans out there who aren't doing that. I'm like, this has to exist for other things. For example, it's like this. I'm sure there are people who are fans of anime who don't wear the ugliest t-shirt I've ever seen in my entire life. But how would I know that they're fans of anime? We are using a third of the land on Earth for agriculture to grow beef and things like this that are massively inefficient. And I've been trying to figure out, how do we get people on board with a mostly plant-based diet? I'm not asking you to not eat meat. I'm saying, like, maybe you order one piece of meat that looks like the animal it came from instead of 40 sliders that could be anything in your week. Maybe you cut out meat for one day. But I was like, that's not enough, because you might go home, you might say, oh, that comedian was so persuasive, he was so funny. I'm sure you will say this at home to each other. Remember that anime joke? That's so Kyle. How come Kyle's clothing is baggy but not in a way that's popular? You'll say to your friends. Here's what you gotta do. I'm a member of a farm share, and this is how we get everyone eating plants. You tell them that the farm share will cost 1/3 the cost of buying produce at the grocery store. And that's true. I pay 1/3 what I paid at my grocery store. And every week I get a box of vegetables, organic and fresh from a local farm. And it is a nightmare. You don't tell them that part. You tell them your produce will be cheap. What they don't know is every day you're getting kohlrabi, you're getting zucchinis, you got vegetables you don't know how to pronounce. You're getting herbs that you've never used. Oh, they're already spoiling. You're touching them. Those herbs are wilting. You are cooking those herbs right now. God damn it! This is your life now. You are making stir fry. Every month there's another fucking box coming around the corner. You already bought the vegetables. You paid at the beginning of the season to support sustainable agriculture with a local farm. You better cook that fucking kohlrabi right now. You're making salads, you're making broths, you're making stews, you're making pasta puttanesca, you're making ratatouille. No matter what, you are making space. Your kid, you're old. This is now your full-time job. Your old job is a side hustle. It's a fun fact about you. Oh, you were a geologist? Fuck you. You're a cook now. You are a food waste reduction specialist because you gave $649 to a farm 7 months ago, and you cannot stand to look at a wilting tomato and throw it away. I know what you're thinking, Nat. Doesn't pasta puttanesca have anchovies in it? No, you're replacing that shit with miso. Get used to it. You're in a plant-based diet? You better get used to pretending miso tastes like other things. You get on a plant-based diet, the New York Times is gonna start a CIA-style psyop to get you to put miso and harissa in everything you eat. One pot miso harissa pasta. They will assume you have one pot. I don't know why they think vegetarians only have one pot or can't cook 2 fucking pots. This is your job now. You're a one-pot food waste reduction specialist, and you're a fucking vegetarian, goddammit! And that's how we win. I'm Nat Towsen. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I want to bring back up our masterminds. I'm so happy. I've been part of this program for 5 years, and this is my first time here performing alongside with them and alongside the students, and my first time in Boulder. So thank you for having me, and I want you guys to give a very warm, no, don't clap for me. Stop it. I already got the applause. This is cheap, stop. I want to give you I want you to welcome them back to the stage warmly as if it was someone you really love like me. Okay, so please give it back up to Max and Beth, please.
All right. So, as part of Inside the Greenhouse, we have been giving out awards since 2013. So the Inside the Greenhouse project, Climate Comedy is a piece of it. Phaedra Pizzulo, who's out here somewhere, communication professor. Give it up for Phaedra.
Yay,
And
Phaedra.
Becca Safran, who's also in ecology and evolutionary biology. Give it up for Becca Safran. Yeah. So we've been going strong with awards since 2013.
I believe we have a few awardees in the house. If they would stand up and wave their arms proud. I know we have past awardees. We have Juanita.
There we go.
Echeverry, Marta Kern. Yay.
That's great.
And then this year, we are really proud to give our primary Creative Climate Communication Award. This is the 10th anniversary? No, almost. 10th anniversary of doing this. And we are giving it to the Star Talk co-host with Chuck Nice, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Beth and Max, Neil deGrasse Tyson here, your personal astrophysicist. I want to thank you for awarding Star Talk, which I host and co-hosted by Chuck Nice, this award. You know, gears are things that people don't appreciate anymore because we have computers that don't use gears. But when you see what gears do, you move one of them and all the others start rotating as well. And you were reminded firsthand of how action in one place has consequences elsewhere. And so I find this to be a quite fitting emblem of the need for climate change action because we're all turning knobs, most of us not knowing what the consequences are or will be. So, thank you. You know, we create Star Talk postings. I don't always know who's watching or if it's going to matter at all. The fact that we receive this is evidence that we're doing something good in the world. Thank you.
All right. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson gets us with these Gears Awards. So we're really pleased to also give out a Citizen Award that goes to Pablo Suarez, who worked for the Red Cross Red Crescent Climate Center. He passed away unexpectedly last July. In his life, Pablo worked across countless professional spaces and communities through creative approaches to risk management in the humanitarian sector. With his partner, Jano Mendler de Suarez, who's going to accept this award in just a minute, he's pioneered the use of games, acrobatics, cartoons, humor, and more to leave a legacy of effective and inspiring work to address climate change and environmental risk. So he was just inducted into the Red Cross Hall of Fame. So we'll watch just a short video and then invite up his partner Jano to accept the award.
I used to be a full-time researcher on climate and disasters, and it was my job to give answers. And I learned the hard way that when we give answers and people do not have their own curiosity nurtured, our message falls flat.
And we realized that we can design games that are fun, that are quick, that are almost like inhabiting a system dynamic model. And we can set up win states where people have to understand how others are thinking.
Things are good, not too much, not too little, but sometimes you get too much. If you did this and you get too much, say, precipitation, then your investment is washed away, you get a broken heart. If you fear that this may happen, you could do an umbrella. Can you show me your umbrellas? When the risks are changing, we have to change. And it's not easy. We have to rethink who we are. We have to rethink our HR systems, our financing systems, our choices. We have a lot of work ahead. You have a lot of work ahead. I really hope that through humor, through creativity, through togetherness, we can find ways to understand, address, and confront joyfully the need to help each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Max and Beth. You know, if Pablo were here with us, as a scientist, Pablo would want to tell you that climate science is much too important to leave to the scientists. And that's why when he realized, as a scientist trying to communicate, he'd put about half the people to sleep, and the other half, it was really just preaching to the choir. He'd love to say, it's actually not his original discovery, but some researcher has discovered that research shows that showing research doesn't work. So, I mean, this is documented, probably published. But what we also know is that in humanitarian work, we're on the front lines of a changing climate. There are billions of people on this planet who are differentially impacted. The climate justice issues are all of our issues because we are one human family and we're going to get through this together. So we have to find the joy in the most difficult circumstances. And that's what humor helps us to do. It's part of our human makeup, and it's what is going to help us together to solve this climate crisis. Now, we talked a little bit about games and system dynamics. I mean, we need radical transformation of systems. But as Pablo would say, what we're up against is the perpetuation of unsustainable systems by radical means. So that's the work we have to do. Thank you so much for this award.
Please continue your ovation and congratulations, and thank you for the wonderful, encouraging words, without a doubt. And it was good to see Dr. Tyson on the screen, trapped in a simulation. A little glitch in the matrix. So, all right, guys, are you ready for some more stand-up comedy? Yes! Yes, you are! That's it! I feel you. You want it, don't you? You want it. You came back with that way too quick. That was almost creepy. I was like, you want it? He was like, yeah! I'm like, okay. All right, I don't know if I want to give it now. No. All right, guys, here's our next stand-up comedian. Please go crazy for Iris Franchet.
Hello, everybody. So, my name is Iris, and I'm vegetarian. Wait, is that a tomato for me? Thank you so much. Okay, a free snack. Like, people are so nice here. Like, okay, I'm French. Yes, I was not faking the bad accent. And you know what? In France, saying, hey, I'm vegetarian is equal to, hey, I hate life. Just to give you an idea, there was a story last year in the city of Lyon. Wait, is there anybody from the city of Lyon? Bah, évidemment personne, okay. Oh là là. And basically, this was this very evil wing party politicians that wanted to reform lunches at school by making one day of the week vegetarian. One day. And there had been protests, lawsuits everywhere. They had to cancel the whole thing over vegetables. But being vegetarian is so cool. It's super eco-friendly. Like, just to give you an idea, I did the math for you. It's taking so much water to make one steak that you could take 7 baths, smell amazing, and still be more eco-friendly than your steak eater friend. And okay, don't even get me starting on CO2. If you're eating meat in the US for 1 year, it's more emission than a round-trip flight to Paris. So like, you could enjoy a guilt-free trip in France, having a croissant in a café, being insulted by French people in the metro, parce que vraiment, ils nous cassent les couilles, ces Américains. And come back to Denver. And, okay, so, you know your lesson now. Go vegetarian, and also, don't make the same mistake as me. I used to think that animals, like my pets, will feel more connected to me, you know, because I was not eating their friends. But no, my cat still hates me. Bye-bye, thank you, merci.
Iris Franchet! That was fantastic. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's got some moxie, came here as a exchange student and then does this on top of it. That's, come on, come on. I love these guys, man. This is fantastic. All right, once again, coming at you, both barrels blazing. Time now for some more comedy with August Saubenblatt.
You know, as a lifelong walker, I've always found driving to be so absurd. I mean, drivers all shop at these gas stations, which, let me tell you, have the most overpriced sushi, which is neither good going in nor coming out, especially in those bathrooms. And then, to wash it down, they have this gasoline, which may smell nice, but tastes like shit. On top of that, the gunk those cars spew out has killed 400,000 people worldwide last year, while my stinky feet only make people gag. And you know, worst of all, their cars keep losing value, while my legs keep gaining muscle. Or at least I think they are. You know, in other news, Boulder County spent $13 million on maintaining our roads. With that kind of money, we could build a sidewalk from here to Wyoming. You know, maybe if I walked that far, I'd actually get muscles. Yeah, I'm off to Wyoming. You all have a nice night, and I'll see you again in 6 days.
August Saubenblatt! Keep it going for him, and please welcome back Beth and Max.
All right. So, in addition to all these other things that we've been talking about, we've actually had a international climate comedy video competition that's been going for several years. This year we got 94 submissions from 29 different countries, from Argentina to Zambia.
And this year, our first place winner is Karma Scale by our friends at the Yellow Dot Studios.
Have you ever done something bad? Like lied about going gluten-free just for the attention? Or maybe you stole a pen from a bank? Or maybe you lost your friend's disabled dog? Well, I've got good news for you. There's an easy way to cancel out all the bad things you do in your life. Reducing your food waste. Do you know that food waste accounts for 10% of greenhouse gases? That's 5 times the amount of all airplanes. And that makes the planet hotter than your undies when your office crush walks by. In just a few easy steps, you can make your karma score go way up. For example, did you borrow money from your kid's college fund to help pay for your filler? Prioritize eating perishables that go bad first. Did you start a rumor that your ex can't do basic math? Start storing food properly to keep it fresh, like throw your bread in the freezer to make it last. Maybe you slept with your subordinate, but he's older than you, so it's confusing. There's always gonna be food scraps, so make sure they go in the compost and not the trash. You could even axe murder someone, as long as you plan to eat the remains. Oh, I guess that's too far.
Congratulations once again to Yellow Dot, and we certainly appreciate their contribution. How you guys feeling? All right, so I have another stand-up comic coming to the stage right now, and I asked him, was he in a relation to the very unpopular former mayor of New York City, and he said absolutely not, and maybe it's the way I phrased the question, I'm not sure, but here is the very popular Ben de Blasio!
Hi, everyone. Hope you guys aren't getting too tired. We're almost through the show. So, I'm a senior here at CU, and I'm also a member of the free skiing team here at CU. Yeah. So, when I moved to Colorado, I was amazed at the nature, the mountains, the snow, how bad Boulder drivers get in the winter. It takes about 3 inches of snow to turn 2-lane Boulder roads to 1-lane roads, and the 1-lane roads just become nightmares. As soon as you leave Boulder, though, the roads are fine again. It's almost like the plows work. I'm hoping Mayor Brockett, you could take a note about that for next winter. Yeah. The rest of the drive up to the mountains, all you have to worry about is all the other cars sharing I-70 with you. We're all just emitting the same pollutants, hundreds of cars going to each ski resort, and our ski resorts are some of the most susceptible places to the climate change shift. By 2050, we might lose a whole month of the ski season, and in Colorado, those ski resorts are gonna lose hundreds of millions of dollars. So I normally don't care when corporations lose money, but I really don't wanna buy a $40 burger. So as ourselves, as people who love Colorado, love skiing, we're gonna be the ones to make a shift. And I see 2 good ways to do that, right? So first, we have backcountry skiing, cut the resorts out entirely. Any backcountry skiers here? A couple, yeah. Studies show the best way to reduce 100% of your climate pollution is to die in a backcountry avalanche. Yeah. So, the other way, that's probably easier for everybody and a little less of a hassle, is to carpool on your way to the mountains, right? So who actually likes driving 2 hours up? When you carpool, you could just sleep the whole way there. You just appear at the mountains and you're ready to go, right? So all we need to do is get skiers as excited about sharing rides as they are to wake up 5:30 on a snow day, just to get out early, right? Thanks, everybody.
Keep it going for Ben de Blasio! Very bold. Ben going right at the mayor. Okay, I like that. Kids got balls, I'll tell you. That was fantastic. All right, once again, both barrels coming your way at the same time. Right now, pulling double duty, give it up for Aidan Ruth. Yeah!
Shit, sorry. Shoes came off with the legs. Sorry about the toe socks. Apparently this happens after like 6 years in Boulder. Just happened one day and these shits do not come off. Anyways, I got something I want to say to y'all. I have seen too many overcut, dried out front yards these days. If a man can't please a simple yard, then maybe that's because he doesn't let them be natural. I like a natural look myself. I want something I can get tangled in. The over-manicured lawn is nature at its most tyrannical state. Tyrants, who wants that? I mean, take this for example. Look at the politics of the lawns in Brazil. They've been waxing towards tyranny for years. I mean, we're doing it here in the US too, but you can make a statement. Just saying. Natural landscaping maintains water levels and prevents unwanted erosion. Just think about it. But I think the problem that we're having here is you're afraid of a natural bush. But no. I mean, like, dude, the 70s. Where do you think all that free love and peace went? It went to you, to me. We are all children of the free bush. So please, people, ditch those blades, grow that bush, a bush for the birds and the bees. Thank you, guys.
Keep it going! There's just so much I want to say right now. But you know, I loved every bit of that. There's nothing better than bush talk, I gotta tell you. It's just wonderful. I loved it. All right, guys, let's, as they set up behind me, we are about to see a sketch from the troupe that includes Ellie Barczak, Ethan Quena, Sharp. That's all it says, Sharp. And I love that. It's like share, but better. Kai Franks, Aiden Locke, and Zoe Pao doing Microplastics Anonymous.
What is this? Where am I?
Welcome to Microplastics Anonymous. You're safe. Please, take a seat. We're about to begin. Would you like to start?
Hi, my name is Penny Bun, and I haven't decomposed a synthetic in over 36 hours.
Wow. Good job, Penny Bun. What else would you like to talk about today?
Well, I swear, every single time I hear the word fast fashion, I lose a spore. Did you guys know that a single pair of jeans can shed up to 40,000 microfibers every single time it's washed? That's more plastic that can be recycled in a lifetime.
Okay, I don't know what's happening, but what's the big deal? It's just fabric.
Oh, no big deal? Tell that to the ocean. You're just fabric is swimming with fish that can't even tell the difference between it and fucking
Ayo! Sorry we're late. Had to get this guy out of the dumpster. I think he was about to relapse. Oh, what's up? My name's Shay.
Talkie.
Please, come in quick. We've already started.
Hey, yo, bro. I don't like the ratio in here.
He said the plastic straws were calling his name again.
Not the straws again. I thought we were past that.
Hey, but that shit hit different, though.
For real, the texture, the convenience.
We literally eat plastic. You don't see us spiraling every single time we see a water bottle.
Look, I'd just like to point out, I don't eat it every day. I just eat it every night, okay?
Okay, true. Plastic bottles are a gateway polymer.
Please, would you both just sit down? We've already started.
It's like fashion is just one big ugly joke. Did you guys know that the average person buys 60 items of clothing a year, and each of those shed microfibers when washed? Meanwhile, here we are, eating plastic like it's our job, and honestly, I'm sick of it.
Okay, I get it. I need to stop wearing fast fashion, but isn't there plastic in everything? In our toothpaste, our tires, and literally the plastic coffee cups?
Hey, yo, what the fuck, bro?
I'm sorry, man. It was just a nibble. Come on.
No,
you understand.
I don't
You get it. Come on.
understand
It's just,
What the fuck, bro?
Guys, please calm down.
Guys.
See, just like that, fast fashion is trash anyways. It tears apart after just one wear.
All right,
She right.
Please, would you both just take a seat already?
If it wasn't for our lovely guest here, maybe we wouldn't be needing to help Taki recover from their condition.
Wow, I thought the shroom community was chill. I had no idea you guys were going crazy.
You're getting it, human. We're everywhere. And you know what? We're tired.
We've been cleaning up your mess for decades, eating plastic and pollutants like it's some kind of organic diet. We're not just fun guys, we're great guys.
All right. Let's just go save the world one spore at a time.
We are the shrooms. We are the fun guys. We are the ones who eat your pants, wear something that lasts. Whoa, there's a choice we're making. We're saving your guys' lives. It's true, we'll make a better way for all of us.
All right, enough Shroom-baya.
We're counting on you. We're counting on all of you. Refuse the plastic. Don't let it take over.
All right, my fungi friends, you've opened my eyes. It's time to go forth and preach the gospel of less plastic, more shrooms. Shit, these shrooms strong as hell. I'm going back to weed.
Keep it going. Let them hear it. Come on. All right. Good work, guys. Great work. Great work. Got to say, I'm more of an ayahuasca man myself. You know, but whatever you're into, that's cool. I mean, mushrooms are cool every once in a while. A little tea. Never hurt anybody, you know. That's why my grandmother was so cool, man. She's like, bring me some tea. Now bring me some more. Never mind. All right. Are you guys ready for some more stand-up comedy? Put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Shelby Grey!
Hey, Boulder. Are you tired of getting your science from memes given to you by an algorithm designed to be addicting? Introducing facts. They're like opinions, but real. Side effects may include understanding that GMOs don't increase use of harmful toxic pesticides, aren't bad for native plant populations, and don't give you cancer or homosexuality. Sorry to my mom's Facebook groups, but that's just facts. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. So, I have a classic Boulder mom. Protein shakes every morning, followed by Pilates, and then, a hike across the Rockies, all before brunch. And the food I was raised on, exclusively gluten-free, grass-fed, and organic. Now, I walk into the grocery store, step foot in the produce aisle, and they slap a GMO-free sticker on me. But my mom has yet to really figure out the difference between environmentalism and greenwashing. You see, greenwashing is like calling yourself buff just because you own a gym membership. My mom will come home from the grocery store with an organic onion, acting like the extra $1 she just spent on it is gonna offset Taylor Swift's entire carbon footprint. I'm convinced she's gonna have an existential crisis if I tell her that shit just requires more water, fertilizer, and pesticides just to have a smaller crop yield. But maybe her Twitter feed will do it for me. Oh, this will be fun. Do you guys know what most people think GMO stands for? Here, clap for what you think is the right answer. Is it A, greatly mutated onions? B, gimme more Oreos? Or C, government mandated opinions? Wow, okay, bunch of uneducated folks, but okay. I don't know what you civilians think, but GMO actually stands for genetically modified organisms. I know I did not give you that as an answer. But I think only about 50% of people actually know what GMO stands for. So congrats, you're now better than half the population. But despite having very little knowledge as to what GMOs actually are, people never seem to stop complaining about them and calling them unnatural. Do you know what's unnatural? Global warming. So I think making crops more drought tolerant is actually a pretty natural response. Sorry we're trying to solve food insecurity, Karen. But don't listen to me. Your mom's Facebook group would love to disagree. Thank you, have a good night.
Shelby Grey, ladies and gentlemen, Shelby Grey. Let her hear it, come on. Look at you, man. Yeah, I gotta tell you. Give me a little tinkle there. Just give me a little. Nah, not no Mr. Rogers stuff, man. Give me a little Count Basie tinkle. Oh yeah, I like that. Keep that going. And right now, oh, what do we got? Oh, look at you, and a minor Saints come walking in. That's yeah, in that number when the Saints come marching in. Oh, when those Saints come marching in. Oh, God, stop. I'm sorry. That's what happens to black people when you play that song. I didn't even know I was doing that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now, please give it up for the comedy stylings of Kaeden Tilak. Kaeden!
So I'm sitting there on my couch, scrolling Instagram, playing chess on my laptop, and streaming Netflix. Over-consuming enough media to kill Buddha. And a Coca-Cola ad pops up on Netflix. Netflix? Who said Netflix could have ads now? I'm thrown out of whatever severed state I was just in. And I start thinking about those polar bears. And they're losing their homes and their sea ice. And alarms are going off in my head. You'd think Coca-Cola would be worried, right? They love polar bears. They love them so much that they set their customers up to discard 100 billion plastic bottles a year into the ocean. It all made sense when they followed it up with a roll of twine and a note telling the bears to tie all the bottles together as a replacement for your melting homes. It's like McDonald's going and having a cook-off in the circus, and then they go and, whoopsie, burn down the fucking circus. And Ronald McDonald doesn't have a home anymore. Let's give him a free McChicken to live in. Normally I'm a big, sit around, doing nothing, killing Buddha kind of guy. And I like to smoke a lot of weed. Unfortunately, it tends to turn my climate anxiety into a full-on climate breakdown. Suddenly I'm smoking and scrolling Instagram becomes Mark Zuckerberg telling me that the government hates me and will never listen to me. And his beady little lizard eyes are staring at me and telling me it's pointless to try, but I want to try, right? Someone's got to help those bears. So I hop in my car, and then I get out because I'm too high and I shouldn't be driving, and I walk to the bus, and I'm waiting for the bus. So I pull out my phone, and where's the bus? And I kind of get sucked back into Instagram, and fine, Instagram. Yeah, I get pissed at the government too, because the bus doesn't come to this stop on weekends, so now I'm forced to walk to the further bus stop. I'm thinking this is all some kind of governmental conspiracy, and the buses are being used to shuttle the lizards to their underground lair on weekends, and I get on the bus, and it's quiet, right? There's a moment of relief in getting on the bus. I know I'm gonna get where I'm going, you know you're gonna get where you're going, and we're all gonna say fucking thank you at the end. I say thank you very clearly and confidently, so he does not know that I am high, and I get to City Hall. I'm looking around. I don't see any evil death rays. There's no bottomless pit, and I don't even think that they have a laser defense system. It's boring. The city council people, like, they don't look like lizards. Most of them. They're actually pretty nice to talk to. I advocate for the whole, like, weekend bus situation. That action is what soothed my climate anxiety. As much as I want to say it was the weed. Suck on that, Zuck. Thank you, thank you.
Kaeden Tilak! Let them hear it, guys! And now, please welcome back Beth and Max.
All right, everybody. So this is our 10th year of experimentation. We're thrilled you've come along with us. We now have such a wonderful opportunity to introduce the Chancellor, who's going to introduce our headliner, who you've been hearing from as our MC tonight, Chuck Nice. So without further ado, Chancellor Justin Schwartz, everybody.
Hello, Boulder. So I'm Justin Schwartz. I've been chancellor here at CU Boulder for about 10 months, and really quiet time in higher ed. But there's that. So it is truly my honor and pleasure to recognize that this is also the 10th annual Stand Up for Climate Comedy. I do know how to read. 10th anniversary. Think about that. That means this show started during President Obama, continued through Trump, continued through Biden, and now continues through Trump. Only climate action program in the world to manage to navigate all 4 of those situations. So let's hear it for climate comedy. And before I do my real job, right here on my left is the student performer section. Let's hear it for them one more time. All right, so my main job tonight is to introduce our keynote performer. And if you're brand new to comedy, brand new to science media, then you just know him as that funny guy that keeps coming back over and over and over again. But you may also know Chuck Nice as a true veteran of the stand-up stage and a long collaborator of this program, and truly a valuable and trusted voice in climate communication space. You may also know him from his work on Star Talk, where he's got that semi-known sidekick, Neil deGrasse Tyson, or that TV show Brain Games on the Road, or maybe even Home Strange Home, which actually is how I refer to Boulder. So Chuck, where are you? Come on out, please. Chuck has spoken on, yep, give it up. Chuck he's been on the TED stage, he has rocked comedy clubs across New York. New York seems to be a theme tonight. I'm from Chicago, so no more cheering for New York. But we are so happy to have you here. We are so glad you didn't die, right? I don't know how Max would have adjusted the schedule, so it's a good
I would
thing.
have still been here.
You would have still been here, all right. That's awesome. That is resilience. Absolutely. Appreciate it. So we do want to recognize your years of contribution to the event, your contributions to the community, your contributions to this orbiting rock that we call home. So we have for you something that is truly, uniquely CU Boulder. It is your very own Ralphie hat, complete with horns.
Oh, snap.
Yes. You have truly earned it, and we shamelessly expect to see this on TV every opportunity that you can to advance our name and cause. Yeah. So thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Great to have you.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much. I love this. You know, this will also serve as a ShamWow, which is fantastic ego, right? Well, listen, last year I got the cardboard key to the city, and this year I got a foam hat. What's that? No. Oh, man. All right, let me just tell you, first of all, I'm so honored just to receive anything that is associated with this program and the city of Boulder. I love this city, as I said earlier, and I love the fact that you guys are a vanguard for the environment, always on the cutting edge. I was listening to NPR some time ago, and I heard a report on sustainable deconstruction, which is something that's happening here in Boulder as hopefully a pilot for the rest of the country. And it's where you carefully dismantle a house the same way you build it, but you're doing it in reverse so that you can salvage the materials for reuse and recycling. And you guys are doing that where nobody else is, but you know I'm from Philly, and I gotta tell you, Philly beat you to it. Philly beat you to it, yeah. Back in the 90s, we had something called crackheads. That's right. And you didn't have to hire anybody. You didn't need a workforce. All you had to do was move out of your house on a Tuesday. By Wednesday afternoon, there was no piping left, no fixtures, no copper wire, no nothing. Crackheads, always ahead of their time. And I love the fact that, of course, here, when you walk around, you don't have to actually start a climate conversation with somebody to try and educate them on what's going on. It's very refreshing just to be in a place where everybody is hip to the deal, man, you know. But I have to tell you, and this is where I get on my soapbox, people who actually understand climate are normally a little bit smarter. That's all there is to it. You know, they're a little bit more liberal, they're a little bit smarter, they're a little bit more informed. But what they're not good at is messaging, okay? The other side, they have messaging up the ass, okay? Drill, baby, drill. Look how simple that is. It is the dumbest fucking phrase ever uttered. Drill, baby, drill. But it works, even though they sound like a bunch of creepy dentists. All of them just, well, look at that, young lady. It looks like you have a cavity. I might have to drill, baby, drill. Yeah, creepy. Yeah, not me, Republicans, sorry. And if you're here, I'm sorry. I don't mean to single you out, but you know, you are the problem. Anyway, I'm just saying. And they use it for everything. Do you ever notice? You see the rallies? Why? Because it's a rallying cry. It has nothing to do with the actual drilling. It's a way to get people to galvanize themselves and say, hey, we're about this movement. That's why we gotta be a little bit more simple. You know what I mean? I mean, here's my impression of a Trump rally. We're gonna do call and response, right? You know what that is, right? So I'm gonna ask you something and your answer is gonna be? Okay, let's do it for real. All right. How do we make America great again? How How do we bring down the price of eggs? How do we keep Pete Hegseth sober? Nah, that ain't it. That ain't happening. I don't know if you've been following the news, but he is drunk all the time. But it's simplicity. That's what they have. And we don't. Instead of drill, baby, drill, what do we have? Make a sustainable green economy through renewable energy, baby. That ain't gonna work. We need something catchy, like, sustain so you feel, sustain not to feel pain. How about that? No, that fucking sucks, doesn't it? Why? Because it's hard to get a message out when you have something real to say, Even though sustain not to feel pain would be, if you put it to Cypress Hill, right? Sustain not to feel pain. Sustain the pain. All right. No, it sucked. But that's the best I could come up with. Literally, I sat for hours. I was like, what's a catchy phrase that we can put to renewable energy? And I'm just like, God hates us. My favorite people to talk about this issue with are the people from Florida, though, okay? Because when I think Florida, I don't think climate action. I think, do they substitute meth for fluoride in their water? You ever talk to somebody from Florida about climate, even though their whole state is going to be underwater, and it's already started? It's not like it's like 50 years from now. It has started, and you talk to somebody, and they'll make the argument. They're just like, "Oh, I don't mind global warming. I don't mind it, because I hate winter. That's why I moved to Florida." And I'm like, first of all, you moved to Florida because it's easier to get a job with an arrest record down here. That's why you moved to Florida. But it's good to know that you're okay with mass animal extinction and extreme property losses and catastrophic weather events, because you don't like being chilly. It's really good to know that that's where you are, And I will see you at the next All Lives Matter. Thank you for getting that. I appreciate you. Because they are the same person. But climate change is a mirror, guys. It tells us who we are, And when we look in the mirror, we can say, do we care about ocean acidification and crop failure and the potential for the world's food supply to be in danger, severe storms and that destroy whole communities? Do we care about that? And the answer comes back from America. I mean, that all sounds bad, but what about men and women's sports? And that's why, guys, we have got to stop calling it human-caused climate change and start calling it trans weather. And I'm sorry to all my trans brothers and sisters, y'all gonna have to take one for the team. Okay? Because what we're gonna have to do is use this bigotry and hate for good. And maybe we could take a little bit of the heat off of you in the process, because we can get people worried about climate change by calling it trans weather, okay? We have got to stop this trans weather. We have to do it. We have to. You know it, and I know it. Trans weather is putting all of our children in terrible jeopardy. They're trying to make hurricanes into hurricanes. Here's the deal, guys. What we got to do is make dumbass arguments that have very high emotional resonance. This is the playbook of, I hate to say it, Republicans, but politically, they are the people who are against doing or against climate action. So take like leaf blowers and lawn equipment, okay? And that was so funny. I don't know, I'm senile, but I love that somebody actually brought this up earlier in the show. Because did you know that leaf blowers and lawn mowers put about 30 million tons of carbon into the atmosphere every year? That is the equivalent of the city of Los Angeles every single year, just because, and here's what kills me, nobody fucking likes them. Nobody likes a leaf blower. Nobody likes a lawnmower. Nobody likes that sound, you know? But here's the deal. We all, you know, everybody loves a well-manicured lawn and, as we learned earlier, bush. And I don't blame them for that, you know? I manscape. Leaf blowers are kind of like, you know, a Brazilian wax. You don't like it, but you don't want your privates to look like a Wookiee. That was supposed to come immediately after the word Wookiee. This is so unprofessional of me, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Never mind. The original joke was a vagina that was a Wookiee, but that's why I'm laughing, and now I shared it with you, and I'm sorry that I did. But let me tell you something. Switching, this is what kills me about climate action. Sometimes it's so simple. The one thing everybody should be willing to do is switch from a lawnmower or a leaf blower that sounds like a dirt bike in the early morning to an electric piece of equipment, which is whisper quiet. Let me tell you something. Leaf blowers are like morning oral for the ears, okay? I guess you guys have never had morning oral. It's a wonderful thing. And never mind. Listen, here's my point. We got to be smarter, all right? We just got to be smarter, all right? And we got to meet people where they are, which is stupidity. I'm serious. I'm sorry, but that's all there is to it, all right? We're a dumbass country, okay? And all you got to do is look at the current administration and the cabinet and people like, nobody in this room, but we put them there. It's not an accident. It happened because they realized long before we did, oh, these fuckers are dumb. And we don't even have to talk about issues. All we have to do is get them a little emotional, and we got their vote. And that's what we got to do with climate. Human cause, climate change is a very simple thing, and we can make it simple for people. Electric cars, okay? Don't say electric vehicles are sustainable transportation. Say they are cars that run on Liberty juice. Damn right. I got me one of them cars that runs on Liberty juice. I gotta get down to the Freedom Station and fill my car with some Liberty juice, because I'm about to run over some tyranny. And speaking of tyranny, it's something you guys are gonna love. Let me switch gears. I'm not gonna tell any more jokes right now. I'm just gonna switch gears. Because I already, I've done enough jokes tonight. You know what I mean? So much that they bought me out twice. I was just like, this is weird. So I'm gonna switch gears. Speaking of tyranny, everything that's happening in this country right now is happening by design, I want everybody in this room right now to understand that it is here. It is no longer a threat. It is here. And because you are the people who are rational thinkers, because you are the critical thinkers, you're in danger. That's all there is to it. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Ghost, and Whoopi Goldberg, you in danger, girl. You in danger. You in danger, girl. You in danger. Okay? And so what that means is, as they come for universities, as they come for the funding, as they come for immigrants, what they are doing by design is they are trying to demoralize this nation, because you can't take over a nation when it's full of hope. You can't take over a functioning government. So you get rid of the government, you're cruel to the people, you eliminate hope, you install apathy, and then people don't give a fuck when you're in office forever. That's the plan. Our plan is different. Now, there is a very cool statistic that I just found out. When a nation faces fascism, I don't mince words, when a nation is faced with fascism and they sustain protest with just 3.5% of the population for a sustained period of time, the fascist takeover fails. This is a statistic that has been proven. So we got a lot to fight for. We got a lot to fight for. First, the country, because without the country, we can't fight for climate action. So my appeal to you tonight is to make sure that you get involved in resisting the taking of this nation. That's number one. Get involved. Get involved. And I am not being political. So if there's somebody who is going to complain to somebody that he turned it into a political rally, nobody knew that I was going to say these things, but I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't give a fuck. I am not being political. These words have definitions. I am making an observation. It is a critical observation. It is true, whether I say it or not, or whether you agree with it or not. So, all I'm saying is Beth and Max and the Chancellor, they had nothing to do with this little portion of my show. But everybody I meet and everybody I talk to, I tell them, fascism is here, you need to do something about it, get involved. And so that's my message number one. That's number one. Message number two, when we save the country, and we will, at the same time, we have to fight for the globe. That is what we're doing here tonight. We're fighting for the globe. 89% of people who were surveyed globally say that they actually care very much about climate change and that it is a very important issue. That number drops down a little bit in America, but it's still a majority of people who feel that way. There is a disconnect between the perception of what people think and care about and what they actually feel and care about. And the reason that is because the legislators do not hear from us enough. The second reason, and this is the most important, according to George Mason and Yale University, their last climate communication study, not only, 57% of people say that they rarely or never talk about climate change. Do not keep this in this room, okay? Go out, no matter who it is. If you know a person isn't educated and you are, talk about it. Let them know. Hey man, this is real. Let them know. And if they say shut up, be like, all right, that's cool, but I'm gonna finish what I gotta say. I'm gonna fuck you up. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. But the deal is, if you don't talk about an issue, the issue isn't real. That's how people think, okay? Sorry to end on this note, but I had to get it off my chest. So right now, first, I want to thank all of you for being such an incredible audience tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. You are fantastic, Boulder. I love you so much. Second, please get up for Beth and Max and the great work that they do with this program. And most importantly, please give it up for all of our entertainers who entertained us this evening. The students of CU Boulder, and Brittany and Nat. Come on out, guys. Come on out. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our champions. And to you all we say, good night. Thank you, boys.